Hey y'all, welcome back to Twin Oaks Farm Poultry in rural Southeast Ohio, USA. We're really glad that you're here. We are going to take a look at our flock of meat chickens, but I wanted to start this video on day 11 of our broiler flock. I wanted to start with this frame of the Twin Oaks. So Twin Oaks Farm, our little home place, is named for those two oak trees that are center frame off in the distance. And I just wanted to show you that because they're a real thing. And even though life isn't about things, life is about, relationships and people. And for us, life is about faith in God and growing closer to Him. Even though that's what life is about and those are infinite concepts, we're human, and God made us as physical beings. So we do connect to finite things. And if we do that in a detached way that's healthy, then even the finite things of the world can be a positive force in our lives and help us grow toward the ultimate version of ourselves that God intended us to be. So I know it's funny that we're talking along those lines relative to two trees, but I wanted to show you that the Twin Oaks is a real thing. And the Twin Oaks is what we named our little home place for, and we actually have a motto that is inspired by those Twin Oaks. And our motto goes, "Stay rooted in what sustains you, but grow from what inspires you." And those two trees are what brought that about. So they're a real thing, and I wanted to share that with you. Hey, it's Melissa. We are going to go into the meat bird production barn. We're actually getting, again, we've done this in another video, but getting a first look of, we're walking in and this is what we see. But with those oak trees, my husband and I have really been fortunate to be able to have a place and stay at that same place for over 20 years and build a life here. And when we built our place back in 2000, so a lot of years ago, when my husband and I were a lot younger, we actually did oak trees along that north property line, and it was a lot of trees. Those were the only two that made it, and they've survived all these years, and they've grown big and strong, and they're beautiful, and they are obviously well rooted, and they're also very inspiring to us. And we've tried since then to plant trees along that north side, and I don't know, it's too much competition there or something, but they don't make it. Those two trees have made it, and the microclimate right there must be great for them, and the other ones haven't. Now this year we do have about 6 oak tree saplings either side of that drive that seem to be making it, but those two trees in particular, really do inspire us. So I wanted to just share that with you because there's things in our lives that point us toward what we need to work on, and there's things in our lives that point us away from what we need to work on. And so for us, like those trees are on the north side of our property. That's also symbolic for us, and we feel like they point us toward valuing and appreciating more natural things. And if you're a person that also kind of longs for like minimally processed or unprocessed foods and household products in your life, and a person that longs for trying to avoid all the over-processed stuff, we can relate to that. And that's kind of a countercultural perspective. And so I guess we are kind of countercultural, because we value minimally processed things. And I know that if you're interested in producing your own food and producing food that other people can enjoy, then you're probably countercultural too. So we're glad that you're here, but we just want to share with you that yes, our channel is really poultry specific, but on the other hand, it's not, because poultry for us is something that we're growing to try to have food that we've raised ourselves. And we enjoyed that so much that we wanted other people where we live to have the physical experience of homegrown quality poultry. And then we reach out on YouTube because it's a media where we can share abstractly that concept of, hey, you know, here's a way that we can do something for ourselves, you know. And I would not say that we're homesteaders. I would not say that we're self-sufficient. I just wouldn't go there, because, you know, we're not off grid. We use utilities from the public grid, you know, and that's what we do. But we do try to lean toward minimally processed, unprocessed, local sourced, natural products as much as possible. So that's really what we're inspired to do. Gonna turn the camera around, and we are gonna take a quick look at the flock, and I want y'all to see, you know, what we see when we come into the barn. It's September 2nd, 2023. Temperatures are probably still in the 60s, so we still have heat lamps on these little chicks because they're only 11 days old, and they want to be like in this temperature range that's like 87 degrees. So yeah, about 86 to 90 degrees. That's about right. So we give them heat lamps because when it's like in the 60s, that's a 20 degree deficit. So I know I really strayed off of the poultry specific thing today, but I just want to acknowledge, like, it's okay to be countercultural, and it's okay to want to raise your own food. And I know we all see a lot of operations on like media like YouTube, and you know, our operation isn't like a lot of what you see. We're totally low tech, really low budget, really small scale, but this is our real life. And we are really grateful that people support our channel by just subscribing, viewing, interacting with comments, liking. You can dislike it too. I mean, I'm okay with that. We don't always have to agree to be able to move forward, you know, but we do what works here. And so that's why we do this, because we want to encourage you, even if you can't duplicate what you see in the media or on YouTube, but you still want to try to like raise some of your own food, produce some of your own products, we say go for it. And find, you know, research all that, study all that, take it all in, but find the way that works for you. Stay rooted in what sustains you and grow from what you find that is inspiring you. So let's take a look at the flock. We'll probably run out of recording time. We might have to do, you know, a separate video for today for actually day 11 flock progress, but giving you the first look, and we'll look at the things that I know I'm going to have to come in here and take care of. So what you're seeing now is we were in the barn late last night. They've had a long overnight break. I've come into the barn. They're getting active. I know they've been active overnight though, because the feeders and waters were full last time I saw the birds. And now they've got the feed, you know, eaten way down. Obviously that feeder, thanks for bearing with me. I know it takes my camera a moment to adjust. So we need to get feed up to here in the trays. Also, check out this water. So this water tray the other waters aren't empty, but this water tray is actually empty. Now, if you see the water line on the dispenser, it looks like there's water. So if y'all use these kind of waters, you got to be mindful of that. This is where it flows down to the tray. So if the water gets below that, they're going to run out of water, but they still have it in those. So I'm going to be filling feed, filling water, and adjusting, probably dimming some heat lamps, because we are going to see temperatures start to climb and they're moving away from the heat lamps. So we're going to shut this video down, and we'll do another video of the progress today after I get the barn reset with feeders full and waters full. So God bless y'all. Thanks for joining us. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you again here for a day 11 progress video on September 2nd.